Welcome back, everybody, to my last brain cell. Happy Saturday to all of y'all who are out there. You feel me? I hope that your work week wasn't too crazy, and I hope you have some really fun things going on this weekend. Me this weekend, man, I'm taking it real calm this weekend. I've been out and about the last few weekends, so I'm really happy to kind of just be honestly doing nothing for the most part this weekend. I'm gonna go see a friend later on today. Tomorrow, I don't know. I might DoorDash just to put a little bit of extra dollars in my pocket. But other than that, man, I don't really got much going on. Like I said, happy Saturday, y'all. We're gonna get right into the question of the day. Today's question of the day, and I was thinking about this because the parent days have passed, right? We had Mother's Day in May. We just had Father's Day earlier this week. And this question came to mind. Do you remember how old you were when you first learned your parents' names, or even that your parents had names, or like even, like your grandmother, your aunts, your uncle? Like, do you remember what that was like for you? Because, like, for me, my mom was mom for the longest time. Grandma was grandma. My aunt was Auntie Robin. But like, it didn't even really click to me that her first name was Robin. I want to say I was pretty young though when I learned my mom's first name. Because my dad left when we were younger. He and my mom split up. So my brother and I only live with my mom. And there were a lot of times as a kid where we were home alone, and my mom would be at work and she was like, listen, like if you need to call me and you can't reach me on my cell phone and it's like an emergency, like here's my job number. Make sure you ask for me. And my mom's name is Cherie. So like she'd be like, make sure you ask for Cherie. And I don't think I knew how old I was. Or I should say I don't know how old I was when I like knew how to spell it. But I do remember, being I was probably like 8 7 8 years old when when it first dawned on me that my mom like has like a name and it's not just mom, that people have to call her something different. Yeah. So question of the day for you guys is, when do you think you realize your parents, or when do you think you learned your parents' names? And follow-up question, because I know we all did it to some degree, and if you say you didn't, you're lying to me and to yourself. When did you first attempt to forge your parents' signature? Now, my mom has a very unique signature in that it looks nothing like her name, right? Like, my mom's name is Cherie, and in cursive, it would be really easy to write her name, I think, but she doesn't do her signature in your regular cursive way. Like, she has like a unique signature, so to try to forge paperwork with her signature was almost impossible. So like anytime I had a problem in school or had a note that a teacher needed my mom to sign, unfortunately my mom was signing that note because I couldn't replicate her signature. Like there was no way I could do it. Yeah, it was bad news bears for your boy, because if I was getting in trouble for something and I tried to hide it from her, but it needed her signature, chances are she knew about it. Yeah, she knew about it because she basically made her signature copy proof. Like she basically LLC'd and copy wrote her signature with how unique it is. But yeah, those are my question today for you guys. How old were you when you first realized your parents had names that weren't just mom and dad? And how and did you ever attempt to copy their signature? Put that answer in the comments. Y'all, I'm not going to hold you. This puzzle is going to take some time. And so one thing I wanted to be honest with you guys about is that I probably won't keep this as like solely for the pod. So like when I did the other puzzles and creations and things, I solely waited until you and I got together on whatever day I was doing it to like tackle the project. For this though, nah, just because of how much there is, I'm probably gonna do some of this like off cam, and I won't do a lot because I think it'd be really cool to start having the creation of this made on camera. And I'll definitely be playing around with some of the angles too. You know what I did think about, honestly? I thought about just doing a video of me just putting this together. You know what I mean? Like a video of no talking, no questions, no nothing, just me in front of the camera, and not even me really. Like wouldn't even be the focus wouldn't be on me, it'd just be on the table with the puzzle being put together. I even had to angle the table differently. It's usually the long way. I got it this way now, just to give myself more room to play with this thing. But yeah, so I thought about that. If that's something you guys would like, let me know. Put that joint in the comments. But yeah, as of right now, I definitely will not be saving this solely for the pod. This will be tackled uh uh in my free time as well, just to kind of speed the process along, if you would. No disrespect to you guys, just there's just a lot of pieces. There's a lot of pieces and they're small. Like I knew with 500 pieces, like that wasn't like news to me, but just seeing how tiny some of these pieces are, it's like, oh damn, like I had my work cut out for me, to say the least. So, but yeah. Yeah. Let me stop stalling. I'm honestly just stalling because I want to try to keep putting as much together as I possibly can. But let me stop stalling and let me go ahead and get. It's not gonna go anywhere. Let me go ahead and get Cards Against Humanity. Okay. Let's see what's going on today. Yo, is it hot where you guys are? Right now it's 85 degrees. It's pretty damn hot outside, man. Like I wore a black t-shirt, not this shirt. I wore a black t-shirt. I got my toesies done. You feel me? I got my nails done today, and I feel reborn. My hands feel fresh. You feel me? But I will say this. I I understand how people can stay so loyal to establishments after a very long time, right? Like I think I had mentioned this in an earlier episode where guys, we are very loyal to our barbers. I will also admit though that in the last 8 years I've probably gone through 3 barbers and I'm now on my 4th, but that's for various circumstances, right? And the barber I have now, as long as my circumstances don't change, he's gonna be my barber, you feel me? But I understand why people favor establishments, because I just got my nails done, and while they did a good job, there's a place in Brooklyn near where my brother lives, him and his girlfriend. Every time I know I'm going home, like to visit, I don't get my nails done leading up to that point, because I know that when I step into their establishment, I'm going to come out feeling like a brand new human being. Like I feel refreshed today, but I don't feel like ripped out the package brand new. You feel me? I feel refurbished. Like I feel like I was that broken down item that you got fixed. And then they were like, well, we made it good as new, but when I go to that spot in Brooklyn, yeah, I feel new, dog. Like, and again, they didn't do a bad job. Like, I'm very content with my nails, but back home, they don't play around. They don't play around. Anyway, let's get to this Cards Against Humanity. Today on Maury, help! My son is blank. Yeah, you see those nails? Help! My son is blank. This should be interesting. Did y'all watch Maury growing up as kids, or just did you watch Maury in general? I remember on days where I would skip school, or just days where I was sick or whatever, summertime, whatever, whenever I was home, I would definitely watch Maury. Maury, Jerry Springer, all those crazy shows. It's insane what was allowed on television back then, and now I think, if any of those shows aired, I don't know if any of those shows are still airing, but if any of those shows aired with the same raunchiness that they had when I was a child, they'd be canceled very, very quickly, in my opinion. Today on more. I got a glimpse of the very first one, and I'm actually gonna save it for last. No, it's gonna go first. Today on Maury, help! My son is the KKK. Help! My son is 50 milligrams of Zoloft daily. Help! My son is nipple blades. I think we all know what my answer is going to be, or should I say, I think we all know what the answer is going to be. Because if this said my son has nipple blades, yeah, that'd be a reason to go visit Maury. If my son is addicted to 50 milligrams of Zoloft daily. Yeah, sure. I don't know what Zoloft even does, but yeah, sure. That'd be a way to go. But that's not what it says. It says help. My son is the KKK. I just could you imagine being labeled? I no. There's a guy out there, I'm sure, who is labeled as the founder, mastermind of the KKK, and your son is that. He does need help. He needs an ass whooping and maybe an acid bath. I don't know, but get him something, Maury. Get him jumped. I don't know, but yeah, go help that man before we find him. Yeah, that's the answer. It obviously has to be, and I know I cackled just because it caught me off guard. Cards Against Humanity definitely does not hold back. And honestly, if I were playing this game, clearly, if these are the cards in front of me, the person who got the KKK card put it down will be winning this round. But let me know what you guys would have picked. Would you have done today on Maury? Help. My son is 50 milligrams of Zoloft daily. My son is nipple blades, or my son is the KKK. Go ahead, put your answer in the comments, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Wheel of Fun. Okay, let's see what's happening on the wheel today. Ooh, a fun fact. It's been a while. Let's pick out the handy dandy notebook, shall we? All right, let's see what we got from the handy dandy notebook today. And just looking at the things I have in here, it's definitely time for me to re-up on some new fun facts. But here's the one you get to take home for you before you walk into the rest of your weekend. Ketchup was once sold as medicine. You know how fucking hysterical that is? That the thing we put on hot dogs and French fries, and some of us put on our eggs for only God knows what reason, used to be advertised and sold as medicine. I don't know what it was supposed to be curing, but it just sounds so silly to me. It sounds like the Coca-Cola thing, right? I think that's Coke was almost, I'm pretty sure, sold as the same exact thing. Hold on, let's figure this out. Where is it? Yeah, it was a cure-all tonic, Coca-Cola. And then they were just like, nah, actually, it's just food. Gotcha. Like, I would be so pissed if I was a person around that time who believed in that advertisement, who bought into it. Like, yeah, this red stuff here, put that on a wound, it's gonna close that bitch up instantaneously. And I go home and put that bitch in the wound, and it just becomes infected because it's just smelling like sour tomatoes now at this point. You're just like, yo, what the fuck? And then they added a little bit of sugar, and they were like, you know what, actually? Put this bitch on bread. It'll change your life. I would be so furious. Same with Coca-Cola. Drink this, your stomach will feel better. But instead, I'm smacked out my mind, high as all hell, and it's just like, what's going on? You're like, ooh, we fucked up. Then they remove the cocaine and redo the thing. They're just like, you know what? Actually, enjoy with a nice burger or maybe a nice steak. I promise it'll go down smoothly. What are we doing here? How are we fucking up so badly that these medicines are becoming food? Could you imagine now if in 15, 20 years they were like, Tylenol actually doesn't cure your headaches and it's really just like a breath mint or something ridiculous? Like, could you imagine if Tylenol came back, ibuprofen came back as just another form of a Tic Tac? Life wouldn't make any sense. See, it's got you thinking now, right? Like, people just like, yeah, ibuprofen. My favorite flavor is mango. Like, what are you talking about? It's for headaches. My nigga, it's a breath mint. That would fuck up my reality. I don't want to think about it. But I'm gonna leave you with that. Once again, happy Saturday. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on all the fun stuff we got going on. Make sure you don't miss that. Next time we meet, it will be Sip, Read, Repeat. You don't want to miss that. Like I said, things are getting real juicy right now. Where we last left off, nigga's gonna go check the mall with his homies. And speaking of, I'm like 87% sure that part never happened in the movie. And I definitely want to and plan on revisiting that movie in the next couple of weeks, just to, and I'll do it before I finish the book, just so I can understand, like, A, where I'm at in the book to see where it is in the movie, and then B, to determine how much the movie cut out for time's sake, right? Because Gone Girl in movies like that or in books like that can't be translated into super long movies or even like trilogies and things like that, right? Like, I wouldn't want a Gone Girl 2. That'd be asinine. So yeah, I definitely revisit that film just to see what's going on. But anyway, I'm done chatting. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I appreciate you tuning in, stopping by, all that fun stuff. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, y'all. This is King Echo signing off.